Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is DFree, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super discussion video, in which today I'm not alone. I'm joined by the one and only Geekdom. Say what's good, man.
What's good, man?
Nothing much, man. What's good?
You tell me, bro. Everything's good in my life. We're swimming around in money, swimming around in women. Not really. Well, you are.
Get the green, get in between them titties.
Always cross in the green, never in between. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Let's start over again. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's just do the video.
No, we'll leave it in. Fuck it. They'll get a good laugh out of that. But no. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super. Of course, per the title of the video, we're going to be talking about the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament and potential outcomes. Now, I specifically try to avoid speculation, but I felt like there was a lot that could be really said about this topic. Now, based on the way things have progressed so far, we've seen just a lot of back and forth. We saw the Goku versus Botamo. We see Frost come in and basically cheat his way to victory a couple times. We see Vegeta now, at this point, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the episode, somehow knocking out Vegeta. So we're basically on the tail end of this tournament. It's going really fast paced, and you know, a lot of people have voiced displeasure with that. I know you have, Geekdom. I have as well.
Well, it's more of a concern, but yeah, it is a little too fast.
Yeah, it's definitely going a bit too fast. And we're on the tail end of the tournament, basically, and we're kind of just, you know, we're at the point where you can kind of start looking at it subjectively and saying, well, how is this going to go? Where is this going to go from here? Now, my whole thing is that I honestly, like, as far as like a prediction goes, I honestly feel like they're going to just go ahead and give the victory to Universe 6, because I feel like that's the most natural way that they could progress the story. We still have to see, per Toriyama, Goku and Vegeta go into Universe 6, period, point blank. How is that going to happen? Now, I think, once again, the best way that could go is if they lose and then the Earth gets transported to Universe 6. And the thing about that is, and I've said this from day one, whenever we found out about this tournament and its stakes, I've said this tournament has no stakes at all. It's period, point blank, a petty tournament. That's what it is. It's Champa and Beerus.
In Toriyama's defense, though, Goku does have a line where he said this tournament wouldn't really be, even if they win, it wouldn't be that big of a difference. So one of the beautiful things about Toriyama's writing is that he loves to make self-aware humor.
Now, and that's very true. Goku did say that, and that actually made me very, very happy, because I was like, I've been saying it way before Goku said that, but he did turn around and say that. But the thing is, you know, there's really no problem with them swapping out the Earth. I mean, what does that do? Everybody still remains intact. Everybody's still alive. They live their normal lives. The Earthlings don't even know what happens.
Well, NASA might have a problem with it, but who cares about NASA, right?
I don't even know if they even exist in Dragon Ball. You know, things are kind of weird over there. We got flying cars.
If they do, they got some scary shit going on. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. The only thing that really changes from my perspective is that we see Champa as opposed to Beerus. So I don't really know what's going on there, but I think that would be the best way that this can go, because, you know, I don't know if we're going to get introductions to any of these other universes, or we're going to see any of that. That truly comes down to how long the series goes, or if they've got any other plans as far as movies, anything else coming out in the future. I don't know. That's what it really comes down to. I really don't see them exploring all these different universes, but I do think that at the least they do have some sort of plan to explore Universe 6. And that's just the most natural way to do so, in my opinion, is if they lose, we don't have to have some sort of side plot come in and say, oh, well, this crazy thing happened. We've got to follow this bad guy to Universe 6 now, track him down and do this or that.
You bring up a very, very good scenario there, because, like, it all depends on how long the series goes. If the series is going to wrap up in the summer, which some people believe it is, they don't have enough time. But if, you know, Dino and I speculated on this recently, it's possible that Hit might be like a hitman trying to get the Dragon Balls for a secret enemy, or maybe he's the enemy. So there is, you know, it just depends on what they go with. There is a chance they could do that. The reality is that your idea actually makes a lot of sense, and your idea, I remember discussing it months ago about, you know, if this series goes long, the idea that Earth gets put in Universe 6 temporarily. Because I think they'll go back to Universe 7 by the end of the series, but you never know. I mean, you never know where they're going to go with it. But maybe the end of Dragon Ball is Universe 6. And, you know, before anybody says, well, what about GT? GT and Super cannot fit in the same continuity. There's too many plot holes, there's too much stuff that has to happen for it to fit. Now, your idea, though, of the bad guys winning, they're not really bad guys, but, you know, the
opposition there.
Yeah. I like it because it's different. It's something that we haven't seen. It's something that, not to mention that when you're telling a story, you have to let the bad guy win. It's always been like that. The bad guy has to win first, and then it gives the good guy the hero's quest to make a comeback. You know, the great stories of all time, from the Odyssey to Rocky 3 to The Dark Knight Rises, all these films, all these great books, literature, is all about the villain winning first. You know, Empire Strikes Back, Luke gets his hand cut off. Return of the Jedi, Luke cuts Vader's hand off. You have to kind of do that. You have to have them put in a dire situation, because one thing Dragon Ball Super has been lacking is a dire situation. Frieza coming back had absolutely no consequences at all. Piccolo dying means nothing. And the problem with that, I felt, was that, and I've said it before, even if Frieza were to defeat Goku and Vegeta, he still would have to contend with Beerus and Whis. Now, before somebody says, well, they weren't going to get involved, well, Frieza was going to kill everybody, and Beerus wants to save the Earth for food. So if Frieza tried to kill anybody, Beerus would have taken him out. So again, there's no real, There's no real sense of dread, which one thing Dragon Ball has always done, from the Piccolo arc through the Saiyan arc, through the Frieza arc and the Cell arc and even the Buu arc, that there's always been that genuine sense of dread. And I think that something has to happen to recreate that, because there hasn't been any time where it's actually been that dreadful. I mean, you could say maybe Beerus, but we all knew, based on the timeline and based on the movie that already came out 3 years ago, that Beerus was not going to destroy the Earth. So, I mean, you know, it's just, your idea makes sense to extend the series out. And then, of course, the quest would be, can they bring Earth back to its rightful place? How will they get there? I don't know. I'm not writing the series, but there you go. Yeah,
and I'm actually really glad that you brought up the whole Beerus and Whis thing with the Frieza, because, like, that's actually something me and Mark talked about real to real in a video that we did the other day. We were talking about...
I like how everybody thinks he's black and you're white, and they're wrong. The opposite.
Totally opposite, yeah. But no, that's actually something we talked about, because a lot of people would say, and they actually did comment on that video, like, well, they wouldn't get involved. I'm like, well, you're wrong, because Whis even did the temporal do-over. That's literally him getting involved.
That's right. That's right.
They will jump in and get involved.
And again, if Beerus is already getting pissed off of him getting dirt on the fucking Sunday, if he tries to blow up the Earth, you know, guess what? The Earth's got kitchens, all right? Beerus needs kitchens. And, you know, so yeah, I think he would have gotten involved and said, no, you know what? You beat Goku, you beat Vegeta, leave. And Frieza would have been like, well, fuck you. And then Beerus would have been like, fuck you, asshole, like in Commando, and been like, boom. You know, I can cuss on your video, right?
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Right. Well, no, and that also kind of throws me into the next part of my my segment there, because and not just about like the tournament, you know, winner loser, or, you know, them having to go to Universe 6 because of an antagonist or whatever. I just feel like, you know, there's so much groundwork and so much potential with the series, which is why it kind of pisses me off, and I get really critical sometimes when I see things kind of going one way versus how they can go that way, when they can be a lot more, you know, well-rounded, in my opinion. But, you know, we can actually, bro, get into going to Planet Salad, because they already laid the groundwork for that. They want to do that, and they basically can just get on a spaceship and go there. They don't have to universe hop to go there now. They can do so many other different things. They've already introduced Botamo's character. They brought in the Metal Men, which we didn't even know existed in Universe 7, but apparently they do. There's just a lot of possibilities all the way around if they go to another universe. And that's mainly why I want to see that happen, because I feel like there's just way more, because I feel like Universe 7 is kind of played out, even though we haven't obviously explored it all. I feel like it's kind of played out. I feel like they've kind of tapped out as far as ideas go from Universe 7, in my opinion.
I mean, they've already explored the majority of it. I mean, they could always do a Deus Ex Machina and bring up something new. But yeah, I mean, Universe 6 has not been explored at all. Who knows what kind of treasure they have there, you know, for lack of a better term. There's a lot of different, you know, there's a lot of possibilities, bro. And to me, like I've said a million times, if Super ends at episode 48 or 52 or whatever, and that's the whole series, it's going to be a critical failure in my eyes. In my opinion, it is. It has to keep going. We have to have... They can't introduce all this lore and not have us go into it somewhat. I'm not saying that they have to show the entire history of Frost or the Metal Man planet. They got to show Planet Salad. They got to show something else for us to watch or for us to read if you're doing the manga. There's just too much stuff. There's too much new stuff that needs to be explored, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I actually completely agree with you. If they don't capitalize on all this information that they've brought out, I'll look at it the same way, because I'm already very critical of Super, honestly. I feel like I'm one of the more critical people, because I won't sit there and say everything is kosher. I won't say everything is good, that this episode did everything great. I won't say that because I can spot this stuff and I'll be like, no, that's not correct. And my subscribers are accustomed to that. But I just feel like when it comes to this show, we got 27 episodes, 28 episodes, whatever it is, of recaps, and then we get into new stuff and they're kind of rushing through it. But, you know, kind of just on topic once again, when it comes down to potential ways this can go, I don't really want to see the standard Goku comes in, he wins the tournament, you know, happy ending type of deal. If they just end it there, you know, like what you're saying, you know, 52 episodes, whatever, 48 episodes, that would be pretty much all they can do. And if they end it there, I just would be completely dissatisfied with the series. They've introduced so many different mechanics and different things into the series that we have to explore this stuff. We have to do it to be satisfied and be satiated with Dragon Ball Super at this point. That's pretty much just my opinion on it.
Yeah, and I do think that your idea actually makes a lot of sense in that I think that it has to, like, it would be more intriguing. I mean, unless, like, somebody interrupts the tournament or appears at the end of the tournament, it is more intriguing as far as Dread goes. Like, oh my god, we lost Earth. What does this mean, you know? And it gives Goku and Vegeta something to fight for.
Precisely, yeah. Well, Danny, thank you for joining me on the video. It was definitely a pleasure, man.
Yeah, anytime. We'll talk Dragon Ball whenever, bro. And more importantly, we'll talk women, bro. That's what I really want to talk about.
Oh, yeah, we're going to start dropping a whole lot of X-rated videos on my channel for you 15-year-olds. So,
yeah. Well, I guarantee you, if they do some DDoS hacks or something, I'll bet you that like 80% of the porn viewers are 15. So that's how it is in the world, bro. That's how it is nowadays.
Awesome. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check out Geekdom if you guys are not familiar with his work already. Obviously, I feel like you guys would have to be accustomed to his work if you guys watch my channel as well. But he does Dragon Ball discussions if by chance, because there are people that come to my channel for Dokkan specific content and just kind of listen to my discussions and don't watch any other stuff. So if you guys haven't looked into Geekdom's channel, go ahead and check him out. But that's it for me, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Bye. Wow.